For the 10th straight night, protesters brought their voices, signs, and a message to downtown Lexington. Tonight, they've been gathering for hours, demanding justice for George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. LEX 18's Conroy DeLucia is live near UK's campus as the demonstration continues in tonight's Big Story at 11.
Hey, Kylan, they have been marching throughout the night, and the walk has really picked up now. We are actually at South Upper and Pine near UK's campus, and if you look over there, we stopped for a second just to catch our breath and get ready to go live, and the protesters have kept moving down South Upper. Since we left them about 10 o'clock for a few minutes to get ready for this, they made a stop at police headquarters. Then they came down Limestone, stopping where last night's brief fight took place, chanting and rallying. And now we moved on to South Upper Street. And the big protest now, let's go back a few hours to daylight. The big protest was scheduled to start at 8 o'clock. And before the march even started, black men supporting Black Lives Matter gathered downtown. One participant told me they read the names of every black victim of police violence in the past 5 to 6 years, which took more than 30 minutes. The crowd then moved back onto Main Street, where they picked up the energy with song before returning to Cheapside Park, site of Lexington's slave trade, a name that remains from a painful past. This is the 10th night of marching, the 10th night of chanting, the 10th night of making their presence known downtown. With demands of police reform still unanswered and continued signs of racism, this is a fight for Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and many others that is not slowing down.
We still have a long way to go, and just coming out here in itself just shows how far we've come, and just being able to show him, like, because I have a little brother, and just showing him that, like, we've got to go a long way and we still need to go further.
I honestly don't think that the end of protest signifies the end of police brutality or the end of racism in this country. I still think that's a long-term effort, but I think that this is just something we're going to have to continue to face, but at least now people are knowledgeable, and at least people know that we're willing to fight for what we think is right.
Now I'm going to step out again so you can see we have moved onto West Maxwell again, and the protest continues toward Limestone. Now, these protests have been mostly peaceful, and it remained that way tonight so far. As for last night's fight, police are still investigating, but no charges have been filed. The protesters say that eyewitness video proves that the protester acted in self-defense and that they will continue assembling out here to fight for justice and to continue fighting for police reform. And we're going to stay out here all night with the protesters, and we'll bring you much more on Sunrise and on LEX18.com. Live in Lexington, Conroy DeLucia, LEX18 News.